program, and we are interviewing several of the nonprofits participating in the Give SI 30 Hours of Giving for this year. And next up is an organization that's a fairly new organization, but we're really excited to have them join us all 3 years of Give SI. Crystal, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Michelle. It's a pleasure to be here.
We want to know a little bit about Take Action today. So if you could share the story and mission of your organization.
Crystal Cantrell, and I'm the Recovery Services Coordinator for Take Action today. We are called a recovery community organization. And what that means is that in recovery from chronic homelessness and or substance use disorder or mental health, the board of directors also are either people in recovery or maybe they have a family member or recovery movement here in Southern Illinois. Our mission is we do like to give people who are in recovery a fresh start, or it's not always available, maybe due to criminal history or things like that, or maybe we give people the opportunity to be peer recovery specialists. We provide the direct service in the community to get them on board to, let's just say, maybe pass the torch on the next person. But we also try to help people in the community who are these type of services. Maybe they just need some help with clothing or food or maybe facilities. And as you know, being in a rural, supplies and these resources are very sparse. So we try to connect people and help them navigate that.
So Crystal, tell us a little bit about your service area. I believe you're based in West Frankfort. So what communities do you serve in Southern Illinois?
Okay, well, we actually serve which is Franklin, Williamson, Perry, and Jefferson counties. We started our center. We partner with J City Center for Hope and Renewal, and so we have an office in Johnson City. We did open an office, partnered with Lee this year in West Frankfort. We just opened a week or two ago in partnering with Transition to Hope, which is also a pretty new resource, allowing us to share space with them up there. And hopefully in the spring of 2023, we will have a resource center. These centers are to be a warm handoff for people in the commission, whether it's for themselves or a family member. It's also a place where they can come talk to some people that are in recovery about some of the things that go on in the community. Know that everybody is welcome. You probably know that there's a lot of stigma around substance like that, but I am here to tell you that we do recover. I am a person in Long Island. For me, that personally means that I have not had to use a substance in 5. And I don't share that to be prideful. I share that because I'm very proud. For me, treatment centers are very short term, sometimes 30 or 60 days. That's not for everybody to get on their feet and to work through maybe traumas and things like that have come in the first place. So we like to, like I said, meet people where they're at. We also, not everyone can just totally become abstinent. Some people need to use medicated recovery and treatment, and then maybe start a plan on how they want to steps or what they want to work on next. So we have found that peer recovery services are, again, bridging that gap. Clinicians are so overworked right now, to help them out as well when they're not available to help those people with whatever they might need, their next appointment or their next, process in the recovery process.
And Crystal, just to make sure that people have a good understanding, can you explain just a bit about what peer recovery means?
Sure. So that could be anything from someone making resources are available in Southern Illinois, whether that be a bed in detention. Maybe the next step for them might be a recovery home or a long-term facility where there's usually a wait list in Southern Illinois because once again, these resources are sparse and have had other partner agencies in Central Illinois, such as Our House, is like that. We have Teen Challenge that accepts people if the participant is able to Illinois with no limitations due to probation or anything like that. First, are there any recovery meetings in the area, or what types of recovery is available? Once again, there are 12-step programs, there are medication assisted treatment programs, great recoveries, and things like that. Some people just like to use recovery support and connection to get till they decide on their next step. Look for
Crystal,
work as well. And also we can, if people need help, build such as maybe how to use the internet to look up to get an application put it on as well.
Crystal, how important is the funding that you received during Give SI?
It is very important because as a young organization, right now from the Substance Use Prevention and Recovery group, which is a Department of Human Services, and also SIU has a grant funding for. But as we all know, sometimes state funding can get tied up, and so there's that funding to come in. So as a young organization, sometimes we have and we can't actually plan our next step because if those services are on hold, we Facebook donations from this particular campaign, people's hearts who are giving donations because they really want to see us expand recovery. So also grant line items are very specific. They go for things like and maybe documentation, but not necessarily maybe food and drink at our recovery walk that we have every year as an annual event. Those all come and out of the kindness of the hearts of people who believe that recovery is possible. You know, a stigma that is still out there for people maybe who don't completely understand. Subs always a choice. It may be in the beginning. Maybe you do that to medicate your feelings, or you do some trauma that's really pressing. But it does actually change the brain chemistry. There comes a point where you need that substance. You just feel like you can't go. Like some people can't go without their cell phone. They will turn around and go back home to get that. With that being said, if anyone needs to be receive a little more education on exactly, because I'm sure all of us at this point in our life maybe have a father, a brother, or someone in the community that we all know that suffers from this. And you know, I think chance at least attempting to get some recovery. While we know that doesn't always work time for some people, maybe they're not completely ready, we still want to make sure that chance is available to come back or come for the first time.
Yeah, and Crystal, thank you so much for sharing that perspective, because maybe it's one that people don't realize. So it's important, you know, those are the things that maybe are important to share to show the impact of the community and what you're able to do with the funding that you receive. Crystal, do you have anything special that this funding will be allocated for?
Once again, we do a recovery walk every year that we realize food and drink. We also do T-shirts, and we tried years now and had a lot of support from the community with that. But we also, again, because we just started a new resource center, and we're hoping to do that in Mount Vernon as well, in each one of our locations, we may use that for some supplies that we need up the offices to get those kind of up and running, as well as our Johnson City office. The office is also coming along, like I said, but we were able to, because we partnered with, to get a lot of volunteers to help paint and things like that.
Well, Crystal, thank you so much for sharing that. If you are ready to donate to the Recovery Walk and take action today, you can do that right now at givesi.org. Just go onto our website, scroll the list of nonprofits, and choose to take action today to support the walk that's going to be so important to so many people. It truly is an inspiring story, and I know you're a very young organization, and just wanted to say thank you so much for all the work that you're doing in our community.
Thank you. And once again, thank you for having us, because there's a good momentum going on in Southern Illinois right now. Not to mention community, no matter what township or county you're in, we always have Narcan, which we know does actually save lives and get people get the help that doesn't matter. Even if you're not in our 4-county service area, we can get some for you.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing that as well. Usually I have the opportunity to interview Mike, and but I'm really happy that I had the chance to talk to you, Crystal, to interview you. I'm really excited about the work that Take Action Today is doing. So if you're ready to donate, you can do that right now on givesi.org. Crystal, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you again, Michelle.
Have a good evening.
Thank you.